right, shalom, shalom. Before I begin, I'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone of well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the full elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to the truth with heart sincerity. And may the blessed election be upon your houses. All right, the topic of this lessons is going to be all right on this modern day plantation Christianity church. All right, and it's actually located in South Florida, and it's called Church by the Glades. All right, and the clip that I have is pretty much of a Halloween sermon or a Halloween service that they had, man. All right, and I'm gonna just play it real quick just so you can see. This is highly demonic, but this is what Jake is going to, man.
Come on, somebody make some noise this morning if you're grateful to God. Church, you can be seated.
Wow. I mean,
welcome everybody to Church by the Glades.
I don't even know what to say.
You worshipped so well.
Y'all did.
It sounded beautiful. Let me make a couple introductions here. My name is Morticia Adams. And this is my Uncle Fester. Come join the dysfunctional family. Hi, Cousin Ed. Cousin Ed, let me ask you, is that keratin treatment?
Ruggy, baby, bumby, bumby.
And if you're a guest, and you're confused, welcome to the weirdest weekend of the year at CBG. I acknowledge fact is...
Right, and I'm gonna just pause it right there. But hey, that is quote unquote a modern day church for you, man. Right, where they have a whole Halloween theme, right? And we already understand the origins of Halloween. We already understand, what it goes back to, right? But these harlot houses, here it is. They have it's basically a concert, man. It's a show, right? They did an Addams Family themed, Halloween service, man. All right, and that's highly demonic, right? Even on the title, you see creepy church service, man. All right, and in this specific location, man, I've been hearing about this place for a while now. Growing up in South Florida, man. All right, that is basically they say it's basically you going to a concert, not a church, man. All right, and here is the the head individual, the head pastor over there, man. Right, and there's another one too I want to show.
This year's spectacular event at my church was a special family-friendly invitation to tour the creepy and spooky Addams Family abode. Although there were no perfect creatures allowed, we did manage to find some good candy and good music. We also discovered a bizarre and eclectic array of creepy and cute critters from all walks of life, from eerie specters to endearing monsters, each adding their own unique charm to the event. Among the peculiar beings were some that felt oddly familiar, almost.
All right, I'm gonna just pause that right there, man, because this shit's through, right? This is supposed to be a quote unquote church, man, that our people are still going to, man. These harlot houses, man. But as you see, right, you see nothing but demonic things in the midst, man. All right, even from the very beginning of the clip, right? Let's see if I can pause it on there real quick. Right. When you see that face change, it turned to a demon. It turned to a full-blown demon. Look at that, right? And you see some of the comments that says a true abomination, but you got individuals saying loved, right? 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 You got some people that saying, this is demonic. A lot of people see what this is, but keep in mind that the crowd, right? The numbers that actually goes and attends this individual location is huge, right? And I believe this is their page right here, right? And as you see, hey, it basically looks like a concert, man. They're just putting on a show, right? But nevertheless, this specific thing that they did here is so through, right? But yet people will pack it up, man, right? High levels of demonic activity, high levels of witchcraft is going on inside these harlot houses. This is why we tell y'all to get up out of them churches, man. Get up out the harlot houses. Stop following Pastor Pork Chop that's leading you astray, man. All right. Because right here, let me grab this in Isaiah, the 9th chapter, verse 16 reads, For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, right? And these so-called, teachers, pastors, and so forth is leading, the people, astray, right? They causing them to err, having them believe that, that is okay, right? That is, a family environment. Whole time, best believe there is high levels of witchcraft going on in there, man. And that's the problem with our people, man. They like the glitz and the glamour. They like to, feel good and so forth, man. Right? That's why our people do not want to hear the truth. They rather hear, these lies and deceits. They rather, be in tune and in line with the world, right? Rather than being, in tune and aligned with, the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right. Let me get this in Matthew, right? This is Matthew, the 15th chapter, verse 14, right? It says, Let them alone. They be the blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. And that's exactly, what's happening with situations like this, right? This is the blind leading the blind, man. Right? This is here it is. You have it, right? A damn church, right? And we already know these churches through is having a whole Halloween special event where you got people attending the church service in Halloween costumes, dressed up as all different types of demons. You seen one guy in the clip had the scream outfit on with blood all over him. What type of abomination is this, man? Right? And people somehow people will still attend shit like this and be like, yeah, it's for God. We're in the spirit. Nah, you're not in the spirit. You got spirits on you, legions, right? And ultimately, all those people that's attending this is being led to their demise. And I've said this, a plethora of times, but in these final days, man, don't be surprised to see that a lot of these pastors, their congregation turn on them, in these final days and try to put them to death or hunt them down, man. All right. Because what in someone's right mind will make them to believe that is okay? And we know Halloween goes back to a pagan holiday, right? This is Isaiah, the 30th chapter, verse 9, right? And it reads that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. And that's the problem with our people, right? They don't want to hear the truth, right? The truth makes them uncomfortable. They get angry, right? You become their enemy, right? They want to hear, smooth things. They want to hear, things that sound nice unto them, right? They want to hear things that make their flesh feel good, right? That's why they pack up harlot houses like the one we just seen in the clip with this Halloween special event that they did, right? They love that. They said, bet, yeah, Halloween, I can still do Halloween, dress up in my Halloween costume, do trick-or-treating and all these activities, right? That's what the people want. And ultimately, that's going to lead to them to their demise, man. Right? And this specific church, man, it hella jakes in there, man. Right? But yet they know they gonna ultimately, if they continue to follow this pastor, right? If they continue to follow, that church, hey, that's ultimately gonna lead to their demise and their destruction, man. Right? And what they got to say, they said, hard head make a soft ass, man. Right? because our people are so stiff-necked, so rebellious, right? That they do not want to hear the truth. That's why they get so angry at the truth, man. That's why when they hear things that pleases their flesh, they gravitate towards it more, because they love to be lied to. They love the wickedness, man. Right? That's why the slander of the Lord is gonna be so many in these final days, man. Right? That's why these pastors that's leading our people astray gonna get judged terribly in these final days, man. Right? And best believe that pastor doing it all for a bag, right? You seen the show. He had a whole choreographed dance routine going on. All these special things and events and haunted houses. Had a whole haunted house in the church, man. But yet people still go to these churches, right? Doing all these things for ultimately, a bag, right? Best believe that type of stuff isn't cheap, right? But this right here is just an example of an eye opener to show you that, these modern day plantation Christianity churches is not it, man. As we see again, look at this, haunted houses going on, demons going on. Look at this, man. And this is where people say the Lord is. Hey, man. If you are attending these harlot houses, get out of them speedily. All right, because they don't have the truth and they are ultimately leading you to your demise, man. All right. But hey, wrap it up with that. I ain't gonna make this lesson too long. Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect of Israel. With that being said, I'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakwakadash, that belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of Well. Peace, blessings, salutations to all for elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening onto this truth with our sincerity. Until next time, Shalom, and a ball, Kwame Sharala, Shalom.